I just got access to Adobe's Firefly Studio in beta, and the feature I was most excited about, elements. With elements, you can put guardrails in so your assets don't get altered when you generate. Plus, Firefly Studio has all the Firefly tools in one place so you can generate and edit images, create videos, and work in a video timeline all without stopping your workflow to get to another part of Firefly. I'll be making this brand video using Firefly Studio and Elements. There's a reason I wanted to try Elements out. Every time I generate an image of a laptop with my TubeLab app on it, the AI models regenerate my logo, or they try and make their own version of the app instead of just using the real one. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I got it to work. Plus, I'll tell you if this workspace is really faster to use and what's still missing from this beta. I'll also be adding important tips throughout and listing them out at the end. First, let's take a look at this workspace Adobe calls Firefly Studio. So in Firefly, instead of going to separate places to generate an image, edit an image, generate video, or get to a specific Firefly tool, they're all in one place, which makes it much easier to create in Firefly. When you start, you create a project, and from there you can import your assets or generate brand new ones. You can generate or edit images, generate or edit video, and create a video from a timeline all right here. What I really like is how easy it is to view your generation history. You can see everything you've made, jump back to it, and keep refining without losing your place. You can retrieve any properties from previous generations and add them to your prompt. Honestly, this is just an easier way to generate and edit without bouncing between separate tools. Now let's create some elements. You can get to elements from the menu in the prompt box. From there, you can either create a new one or manage existing ones. There's 3 categories of elements: location, character, and object. You can upload an asset or use one you've generated. I made 3. A brand scene image as my location, a podcaster portrait as my character, and there's different options for character than the other 2. And then lastly, a laptop with my app on the screen as the object, each with their own description and set of instructions. And here's my first small frustration. The description and guidelines are limited to 250 characters, which makes it hard to describe everything relevant about your asset. For my laptop, I had to put down not to regenerate the screen, but I had to keep it short. Other than that, elements are easy to set up and easy to modify. To use an element when generating, you add them to your prompt from the element menu. In the prompt, what I found worked best is character element at location element with object element in that order. And you have access to other elements from other projects too. So did the element version of my laptop work? Yep. Every time I included my element, the AI models actually used it and stuck to my restrictions. I could see setting this up for social media, like swapping out characters and locations to test which combinations worked best. And I have one more thing for you. And here's my next tip. Swapping elements is harder than it sounds because you need camera angles to match between your characters and your locations or your objects. If your character element is shot straight and your location element is at an angle, it's not going to match up. Generating video using elements in your prompt is surprisingly powerful, but the only AI model that kept to the elements was Kling. The other AI models just ignored them, and Kling did much better without first and last image reference frames, so my tip is to use just the elements in your video prompts and use Kling. And finally, the timeline video editor. You can drop in any image or video onto the timeline super easy. Timeline works great for simple editing and combining videos into a finished product. Check out my review of this lightweight editor. I put together an AI workflows handbook that's packed with practical tips and techniques. It covers AI models, prompt, recipes, visual direction, reference images, and much more. If you'd like better, more consistent AI results without all the guesswork, check it out at mbd.studio. And here are all the tips in one place. Find a combination of location, character, and object that you like. Having that base image is key to making elements that fit together. Generate in 2K if you can. It will give you more edit generations without degrading your image. Make sure your elements have similar camera angles so you can swap them easily. Use your first elements as a base and use them to generate other variations, like different people with the same pose, so you can swap them more easily. When you edit an image that already has elements in it, you should still refer to them in your prompt. If you don't, the AI model may regenerate them as regular objects. And lastly, when using elements to generate video, use Cling, which adheres to your elements in your prompt. And don't use first and last frames. So here's the thing. Firefly Studio is a genuinely nice way to work. It kind of feels like a stream of creative consciousness as you're generating. And elements do keep your brand assets intact when you generate. Swapping elements is possible, but takes a little bit more effort. Oddly, there's no integration with Firefly boards or other Adobe apps, but this is in beta, so I'm hoping these show up in the final version. If this was helpful, do me a favor and subscribe because I'm testing out these AI tools so you know what to expect. Let me know what you think about Studio and Elements, and I'll see you next time.